Welcome to my channel. It is currently Saturday, 10:21 a.m., 21st of February. I'm gonna now show you the result of my position that I took, that I ended the last week video, which was week 84. This is the 85th week. So welcome to the 85th week in my life. I'm living in the end, so what that's doing is making me do things I wouldn't usually do, aligning me to my end vision, which I am acting as if it is now. So I'm gonna go out. Whilst I'm out, I'm gonna adjust some affirmations for my financial markets, and also I need to get ready to build my next digital property for loft insulation. This will be the first loft insulation site that I've done, which I did real research on in terms of the niche. So I do expect this will rank. Even if I get position 2, even if I get position 2, it still allows me, I'll still get calls because the number 1 guy, they do the same service, but their site isn't based around how mine's gonna be based. My strategy for SEO has my own little spin on it, and he basically is exactly what I look for. Just finished my workout for abs. Now I'm about to go make a coffee. I'm gonna show you the position, then I'm gonna hit the road. Go out there, adjust some affirmations. Also start this next site. I need to get the prompts together. My software is very good now. Well, it's not complete, but it's good. If you look on with video 83, we had to change all of the logic because I built it on local storage. That was my first ever real software that I'm actually going to use myself. So that was a learning curve. I had to pretty much rebuild the whole thing, but luckily I only built about 3 pages anyway, so it wasn't so tedious. I've now got my individual site view page that allows me to look at any website I have. I can click on it, it shows me the HTML and the CSS styling for that website. It tells me the main keyword, it tells me the tone of the copy, it tells me, obviously my alarms keep pinging off, so if it's doing some weird thing, that's why. It tells me the name for the site, the number, the address I'm using, obviously all legal and ethical. It tells me the virtual addresses I'm using. It tells me the citations we've got pushed. I'm gonna get to 6 websites. I've got 3, so I've got 3 more to do. I know what they're all gonna be. And then I'm gonna just relax with it in terms of I'm gonna focus on them 6, get them all rented out, get on the phone, close the deals, then I'll have 6 websites. Maybe I'll have 5 rented out because the first one is, I don't know, man. It's my first ever site that I did, even though that gave me a job. I got a loft installation inquiry from the first one I ever did. I don't know how, but it is getting clicks. Listen, this is my first time doing SEO. I'm only 2 months in. Although I've known about SEO for over a year, now I'm actually executing, I'm applying my knowledge. So every site I build, I learn something new. The first site I built compared to the site I have now, or the current site I'm on now, there's been massive learning curves. Every site I'm learning. So that's the plan for today. Last week I said I'm gonna show the position. This is it right here. So this was the play I was in. And this is how it played out. I entered here. And there you go. 11:15. I'm just adding content to one of my sites, one in Slough. I've just manually done some changes to the copy, certain keywords. Now I'm going to use my software to add content onto this page. I'm adding content onto this services page, and I'm about to use my software to put the content onto it. Not literally, but it's going to give me a concise copy and paste section that matches this page into this page. This is what it looked before. This is my page right now. Then I'm gonna put a section in. And then I might also put a new blog out. Yep. Then I'm gonna track that onto the software saying that I've added content today. Then I'll know when I last put out content, and then once I've built the next page for the software, it will then email me saying, Aaron, content day is in 2 days. Then on the actual day, it will say, Aaron, content today. Systems. Learn to think in systems. E-Myth, Michael Gerber. Now 11:44, I've created the blog, or my software did. I need to make a small tiny tweak to the blog to make sure they give me the right amount of content, not blog, content ad. But let me show you, this is what my software allowed me to do. See this? This is the content we are adding in this section. It's gonna show on my page right here, just above here. So this is good and it's scalable. Also, I'm gonna position each of my websites so the time I output content is staggered. So I'm not doing it all today. I'm only focusing on this site today. Then tomorrow I'll do, or in 2 days I'll do Enfield. Then 3 days I'll do, or 5 days I'll do Barking, to create that stagger tiered system so I can just put out content in a tiered way instead of everything at once. At scale, this is how it will work as well. Now I'm gonna show before and after. So let me just put this in here quickly. Oops, this is the software that made me make it. My software. Right, so look here, you see the map. Then so you have the map, then the next section is concrete bases for more than just sheds. Now let me input the new section. And then let's see how it comes out. Oh, here it is. Boom, look, you see that? You see how the styling is the same, like there's blue here, there's blue here. It doesn't look any different, but we've just added all of this. Look at this. Concrete shed bases built for Slough soil and weather. Ground conditions across Slough are not identical from one garden to the next. Some areas sit on heavier clay that expands and contracts with moisture changes. Others include made ground from past building work or softer soil that has been turned repeatedly over the years. A concrete shed-based installation needs to reflect those differences. When installing a concrete shed-based in Slough, we consider how the ground behaves, how surface over drains away from the slab, and how the structure will load. Look at this! Garden buildings made here lightweight, not one. Build with tools, equipment, or internal framing. They place consistent pressure on the slab beneath. Look at what I just created. Depth. Chosen. Serious scope, settlement cracking. Use a head. Berkshire. Should this be Slough instead? Wet winters in Berkshire. I'm changing this bit to Slough. Even though Berkshire is near Slough, which I'm going to keep it. I'm keeping it. Weakness quickly if groundwork has been rough. For homeowners in Slough, that means a base that stays level, drains correctly, and supports your shed or garden. Let me just check Berkshire to Slough to make sure. Berkshire to Slough. Need to put a 2 there. Hopefully, if it's more than 15 minutes. I think Slough is in Berkshire. No, I don't want to see any news. How do I plan that? I'm just trying to find. Right, is Slough in Berkshire? I'm trying to not spill this. Is Slough in yeah, so Slough is a town in Berkshire. Perfect. Oh, I'm proud of this. All right, now you've just seen me add content. Now I'm gonna add a blog using my software as well. Cool, now I'm gonna create a blog. So I'm gonna walk you through how I create a blog. Take a quick sip of this. Right, now back on the software. Let me wipe this camera. So this is what I just used to make this is locked, you see? I can't delete this. If I click it and it's unlocked, now I can delete it. Now it's locked, I can't. Look. You see? Nothing's deleting, and even if I do, I can just click undo. Anyway, now I'm making a blog. So I'm gonna put a blog out for this niche, and these are all of my blog topics. So now let me go to the site I'm putting the blog out on. This one, Slough. So I click that, boom. Now this is loaded up. Slough. It tells me when I last uploaded something. Look, I last put content out on Valentine's Day, 14th of Feb, and it was a blog upload. But today it's the 21st. So you see that was about a week ago. Anyway, so I put a blog out, but what was the blog tag? Now I'm gonna scroll down. Latest blog activity was this: problem. Why some shed bases sink and how to prevent it. That was the last blog. So I wanna add a blog that's different to this. I don't want it to be a problem. Problem is like, a problem for your service. It answers problem questions homeowners could have. So now, do you want me to be quiet? What? Do you want me to be quiet? No, thank you. I'm still doing my video. Anyway, so now I'm on this page. So now I need to find a blog that is not a, look, you see it says problem. So I'm not going to do a problem one. I want to question, can you lay a concrete shed base in winter? How thick should a concrete question? I'm doing this one. Do I need planning permission for a concrete shed base in Slough? I'll change that to Slough. So this is going to be my next blog. So I just copy and paste this. Boom. Now, this is my blog prompt. So I actually need to copy this first. That's now copied. By the way, it's locked as well, so I can't delete it by accident. So anyway, I come into here. I paste this prompt. Then I just fill in these inputs. So you see all of these things I need to fill in. So the site name, the niche, location, blog title, the keyword, the blog topic. Once I've filled this in, I copy, and then boom, it will create a blog for me. So for my prompt, look, it's asking me for the HTML for the site I'm making, or making the blog on. So I come up to here, I click on my sites, I go to the site I want it for, the blog for, then I come down here, and then I'm gonna copy and paste this HTML, because this is the HTML for this specific website. Then I go back to content. Now I come back here and I put in the HTML right here. See, then I do the same thing for the CSS. I go back to sites. Then I copy and paste the CSS. Boom. Then put in the hold on a second. Oh, I missed it. Boom. Now that's in. It's all done. Click copy. Now I send it to G. Now when I have a PC, I'll put it onto G from the browser because it'll be quick, but I need to put it on my phone from Google Docs, put it into G, and I'll show you what it makes. I've now made the blog. Let me show you. So this is the styling of my website. So now obviously I want the blog to match it. Can't look completely different. So you see it blue, you see the theme. Now, this is the blog it made me. Put it in here. Now let's see what it looks like. Let me just make sure this is that's all linked. This is my page. This is the blog. See? Boom. You see the same blue. Look at this. This will take you to my services page. Why is this not loading? Lovely. This is how it works. Just takes you to my home page. So as you can see, there's good internal linking, even an external link. Takes you straight here, answers their questions. Fantastic, Arthur M. I've now put out the content for Slough. So what I'm gonna do now is, well, I've updated my software. If you see that, that is today. Blog uploaded and content added. Boom. So now content's been added. Don't have to worry about this site for another 10 days. In 3 days, I'm gonna now do the Enfield one. And in about 6-7 days, I'll do Barking. And then that creates a tiered stagger across all three. And that'll be the workflow. 2:23, I'm about to eat. I won't even eat normally right now. I normally wait, but I'm about to eat some curry. Living in the end has made me eat this meal now. I won't eat this meal now. Who's made it? My chef made it in my imagination. I'm still in my apartment. I'm gonna probably go out soon. Yeah, man. 15:01 Saturday, 4 p.m. I think I'm gonna hit the road in a bit, go on a walk. Just sat here, I'm just feeling wild, man. Earlier today, I loaded up. Listen to what I've created. The reason I'm so proud of myself is because I created this whole life, everything very intentionally. So you will see me in the penthouse. I'm in a penthouse right now. Damn. Let me tell you why I'm so proud. Because my journey, there was no ambivalence. What I mean is, people might get rich and, they were a bit doubtful throughout their journey, or they kind of stumbled into something, but that is not my situation. Let me tell you, I read a book. I was told to read a book by my mum. Shout out to my mum. That's why she drives the Euros. But I was told to read a book by my mum. In a council house, yeah. Let's get that straight. Whilst I was allegedly doing other things. On the roads. In fact, I can talk about it. I was doing illicit things. I've got documentation of some of my arrests. Anyways, so I was given this book. I read this book, my whole mind. I need to cut my nails. My whole mind just flipped. So I was just thinking about what I've done today. So my whole mind flipped and I just became obsessed with studying. When I look back now, I realize, wow, I was studying the rich people. But obviously I was executing it as well. So I really conceptualized all this knowledge from top thinkers, Napoleon Hill, Michael Gerber, Warren Buffett, Robert Kiyosaki, Ken McElroy, Ranjan Bhattacharya, sorry for the mispronunciation, Samuel Leeds, John Howard, Nicholas Woolwork, Saj Hussain, Swaggy C, John Phibb, oh my gosh, how could I forget? Jim Quick. What's the author's name? There's some other big ones. Whoever wrote Millionaire Fastlane. I'm just looking at whoever wrote Extraordinary Minds. Whew. Grant Cardone. He didn't have a huge impact, but still. And there's a lot of other people. Shout out Lewis Hose, Bill U. I used to watch a lot of stuff on their podcast. But what I'm saying is I was watching and studying. I started everything at 15. A couple months before I turned 16. But this has been relentless every day, obsessed. Throughout the whole day, every day since then. 21 now. So I really conceptualize these teachings and way of living. Like, look at my workflow today. I woke up, I did whatever, but then when I got to my laptop, I fucking loaded up my software, went into my software, then I opened up one of my websites, changed some of the wording around, writing code. Then I used my software to add a section onto my page that will rank. So I added a nice 306 word section that matches my whole website, my whole theme, everything. Then I used my same software to then add a blog. Then I manually put the internal navigation link to the blog. Then I went back to my software and updated that specific website. I updated the last content date, freshness, what the content was about. Then I set an alert on my calendar for 10 days from today to refresh up the content. Once I've built the SEO page on a software, I won't even need to set the calendar because it will be automatic. So imagine me with 35 websites and it's just humming. The software is just literally sending me an email saying, Aaron, you need to upload this type of content in 2 days for all of your group A sites. I was just thinking about that, the workflows. Wow. Then in 2 days from today, I'm going to do the same thing on another website, another one of my sites. So yeah, I was just thinking of that, man. Wow. I go onto markets, I draw my line. Damn, man. Sunday, 7:27 a.m. Just got back from my visualization process. You know what's crazy? When you live in the end, I find myself doing such less work, but I'm still getting everything done. Hard work is an illusion. You don't need to grind. Maybe there's a point in time where going through that grind phase is important, but when you feel yourself, you act from the state instead of chasing from lack. Everything changes. Everything. 7:42. I want to work out, I want to read. That was it. I'm going to have a coffee. I think this is the best story arc ever. These weekly videos. I'm going on holiday and I'm going to bring the camera with me, of course. So I'm going on holiday and I'm going to bring the videos. I can operate anywhere. I've created a thing that can run anywhere. 8:16. Just finished my workout. I've noticed working out really, it burns all feelings of not boredom, but kind of can't be bothered energy. When you feel kind of low or can't be bothered, it's just energy that you need to burn. And when I work out, it burns that energy. So then I'm good. So right now I've written out a checklist. In fact, I can cross out one of the things because I just worked out. And I need to fix my prompts, track some trades, decide out of the 3 areas for my next site. There's 3 areas I'm looking at. One of them is Gillingham. Another one is Chingford, and I won't say the other one right now. I actually need to cut my nails. So next, I also need to make a coffee. So I'm gonna have a coffee right now and track the positions. Let me get a highlighter. I always love having pens and highlighters on the go. So I need to coffee. Right, this highlighter is not working, so I'm gonna put it in the bin. But we are abundant, so I've got another one. This doesn't work, I'll bin this. Oh, this one works, all right. Track trades and coffee. That is what I'm doing now. I'm gonna put some of this deodorant on. When I go on holiday and show you the penthouse, you're gonna see, you know, that all of these videos led up to it. These are quite light. I think it's time for me to move up. That's about 9 kg. Anyway, on the go. Coffee, track positions. I'll take about altogether 30 minutes. Real effort at 9:29 a.m. I've finished coffee and tracking trades. I'm now about to adjust my dashboard. I'm changing my dashboard to reframe my mind from thinking in terms of losers. It doesn't matter. When you're working a lower win rate but very high risk to reward, it's irrelevant. So that's what I'm making adjustments to right now. My old previous dashboard, it was so focused on like winner versus loser. No. 10:15. I've just finished my dashboard. So I'm gonna pop some weights right now. Some, what they called? These ones. I've forgotten the name. Oh yeah, them things. I'm gonna do four sets of 12. Then after that, I'm gonna go back to my checklist. I've got some more things to do. I need to adjust the prompt. Actually, I'm doing only 3 sets of 12. Then I'm gonna go adjust prompts from my software to make sure the software produces proper content with the correct amount of words. I need to make some very small tweaks. 11:42. I'm now doing niche due diligence for my next site for loft insulation. I'm currently going through an area right now. I'm actually using paper for it. So let's see. Right now it's looking quite good. It falls into my strategy of how I do my due diligence. I'm liking what I see for the first keyword I'm looking through. I've learned so much. Every new site, I've learned so much. So each new site becomes better and better. So this loft insulation site will very likely rank. I've only got one other loft insulation site, although that got a job in, and it's getting clicks, it's getting jobs in. I didn't do niche research on it, so the ranking is not the best. 1208, I've now done niche research on 2 locations. One has been trivialized, Gillingham. I will not be looking at Gillingham. There's another, I've got one more to do, and after this I'll make a decision. The first one I did is already very strong. Got one more to do, and yeah, let's go. 22nd of February, 14:16. I've done quite some work today. It's been good. I haven't been super grinding. I found my area for my new site. Found the area. I have adjusted all my prompts. I have just built the homepage. Well, I've got the homepage and CSS mapped up for the new area that I found. So this week I'll have a new site in development in terms of pushing it live. A week. In a week I can have it pushed live. I'm gonna now work my body a little bit, and then I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna go outside. Then when I come back, it'll be maybe 4 o'clock. I've got some timetables to write out, and yeah, 4 o'clock I need to write out my timetable. Yeah, man. 17:59. Just making the timetables I was speaking about earlier. Making this one for my brother right now, then I'm gonna make my one. Just trying to get all the days done on my brother's one so that I don't have to finish it off midweek. Monday 6:16. I'm about to go and visualize outside. 7:55 a.m. I'm just mapping out my new site. This is site number 4. Show you. This picture was a job that another one of my sites got, and I got him to send me a few pictures. This is one of the pictures, and yeah, site number 4. $8 a.m. making a coffee, then I'm about to go and work out. Work my body. Got the 4th site up. This site is the first site I've built with this level of SEO knowledge. Every new site I build, I learn a lot. So it's every site I build, they're getting better and better. Better and better every time I build a site. I need to write out my timetable as well. So in fact, right now, I'm going to work out. I'm gonna write a quick to-do on my whiteboard. I'm gonna work out with the coffee, and then I moved my whiteboard pen. I'm gonna work out with the coffee. Then I need to back up something. I'm not gonna say what, but I need to back up something. Look at this office. Let me show you what office looks like. Bedroom / office / gym. You ready? Look at this. You understand some of these books right here? Esoterical, life-changing, some of these working out stuff. When I go to concrete sites to get my images done, I pull up at concrete sites. I call them and I go to their site and I take pictures to learn. I hear their language, so I'm gonna actually close some more of them. My trading funds up the website stuff. So I've got my hard hat so I can go on site. I'm a digital guy, but I mix it with in real life presence. Then this is my bed. I sleep here. I also work out on it. Then my sheets. Of course, I got posters. I have, this is the real battle station. You see Arthur M? Because I'm the real Arthur M. Anyway, I came here for a whiteboard pen. I'm gonna use red. I love these whiteboard pens. So first things I'm gonna do, also I've got my site campaign. So the site I'm building, I've got my campaign here. Should I show it? You know, someone might take my strategy. No, they're not. Who's gonna take it? By the time the world sees this, actually they're gonna see it now, so I'm not gonna show it anyway. Coffee. I think I just spelled coffee wrong. Coffee, workout. Coffee, workout, back up. Coffee, workout, back up. Good. That's it. Actually, yeah. Before the backup. Coffee, workout. Coffee, workout. Coffee, oh yeah. Make timetable. Monday, 23rd of February, 9:49 a.m. I'm about to work out right now. I'm about to do some shoulder press on the floor. I got my little workout pillow. I do about 20, I'm doing 20 kg. I'm gonna just get my form right on 10 kg. I'll get the bar and I'll go, That's what I'm about to do. You see these stretch marks? These are stretch marks, part of my story. You know, brain surgery caused these things. Let me show you how. In fact, let me tell you how. So they had me on some steroids, and what that did was it bloated me. And then when I lost it, I had stretch marks. So that's the story of them. $14.01. I've just been structuring up my YouTube channel. I've been creating playlists. So for each of my videos, there's a playlist for people to come and watch, and for myself as well. Also, I've restructured how I'm going to do my new series. It's not going to be daily uploads. It's going to be weekly uploads because I want to keep my YouTube channel concise with just my day in the lives, my week in the lives, and then a weekly upload of each day for my 100-day challenge. So that's what I'm doing. Right now I'm cooking and I will be eating in the next 15 minutes. I'm just watching some videos back, man. It's so incredible that I've got all this content because I've never been working with any sort of ambivalence. It's been 100% belief certainty. I cracked cause and effect very young, and I'm still young, so that's created an exceptional being. I'm now about to eat. Tuesday, 6:40 a.m. Currently just visualizing it is Tuesday. For my local lead gen stuff, I need to build AI. I need to make my own AI content writer. That's gonna really make me make sites quicker. So I know I made all these prompts, but I really need to make my own AI, literally. 7:37 a.m. I'm just writing this content for this new site. This is my first loft installation site, but also it's my last site, and I'm learning so much each site I do. So this is proper good SEO. Each page targets certain keywords and certain, each page serves its purpose properly. Nothing's overlapping and contradicting each other. 8:45, today is content day for another one of my sites. So I'll be putting a nice bit of content out for Enfield. And I'm currently writing content for the new site, my latest one. Tuesday, 15:52, I'm just out. The sun's out, so I'm out. Just thinking when I get back, I need to write some more copy. I'm very happy how this site's going. I've only started on the homepage, but it's good. This is the best my SEO's been. My SEO strategy. I'm actually using one of my mentors. I got access to one of his websites, so I'm just not copying it, but I'm looking at how he structured his because he's the real deal. I don't know how to pronounce his name properly, so I'm not going to say it, but he's a Chinese dude. Shout out to him. He's in America as well. He has a P in his name. So yeah, this site is going to rank, and it's given me a lot of confidence moving forward with all of my websites. Like I'm really understanding how each page should be laid out, the intent of each page. So yeah. Tuesday, 21:30. I'm living in the end. I'm on day 9. I've just completed day 9. Tomorrow is day 10. Living in the end. I need to create something. I've made a small tweak on my dashboard. I need to completely remove, per trade. I need to not care about per trade. It needs to be in batches, but because I track everything meticulously, it's like it kind of goes against me. Like, I track each trade meticulously. Maybe I should not stop that, but change how I do it. So I'm changing that to, instead of every trade I take every day is so strict and precise, I'm gonna actually change it to every 10 days. So every 2 weeks. I'll do it all at the end of the 2 weeks. So I'm gonna make a tool, something that does it automatically for me, or at least gathers all the data for me. Innovation. Just mapping out this planning game thing. I think in scale, but I'm going to clear millions from this thing I do. Watch. For example, it's a probabilistic thing. I know the type of industries I like and I'm involved in. I'm involved in asymmetric. All the things I do is asymmetric. Now, local lead gen, it's not really asymmetric, but it's just HTML monetized. It's passive and you can make money from it. But I like probabilistic things. So this thing I do, let's just call it planning. This planning thing I do, for example, if I raise 2.5 million, I'm gonna bring back 4.4 million. I'll pay back the 2.5 million. Wait, let me read you the numbers. If I raise 2.25 million, I'll bring back about 4.4 million. I will then pay back that 2.2 million and the rest is mine. So, but that'll be across, let's say, 50 deals. 50 deals, let's say I only 32 of them are successful, so a 65% strike rate. From a 65% strike rate, I have generated myself 2 million plus profit. Just like that. What if I keep doing that type of stuff? So that's what I'm gonna do. And then that can fuel my other industry. I am very damn rich. I speak it all now. For my living in the end, I was thinking to remove something, like maybe remove all music, all football for the remainder of the 100-day challenge. That's 91 more days of no music, no football. That's cool, but I like doing things that I know others would find hard to do. But I think, does that actually help me? Like with this living in the end, what actually helps me? I mean, it'll make me more present, but already I'm not really doing them types of things anyway. Like football comes on once a week. I don't just listen to music all day. I think I'm so good. I'm doing such good already. I'm never on social media, so that's not even part of the equation anyway. I'm just so... I don't scroll. Where does my time go? Well, what have I done today? I've coded. I've done a lot of manual code on one of my sites. I didn't put out content on my Enfield site. I trade the markets, but that doesn't take up hours. What have I went on a walk. What have I... Listen, today was a good day regardless. Oh yeah, another thing. So yes, this is in my weekly content. I just said that so when I edit this, I know to put this clip in. Something I've learned is don't raise money for individual things. So raise just way more. So like, for example, raise more to do more deals. Raise more money to do more deals, because then you have more bandwidth to make mistakes. Let's say, for example, you raise money to buy a house and flip it. Let's say you've raised everything. Let's say you've even raised the lunch money. Lunch money is just a terminology I created. It means... No. I'm doing a video. Lunch money is a term I created. I haven't had anyone else say it. It just means money to eat. So once you've got your lunch money, you can eat your food. You're eating comfortably. You're not surviving on tuna. You have lunch money. You can stay in a hotel for a weekend if you want to. Once you have that money, the way you raise money, this is my advice. This is what I do. And I will start doing now because I've raised money previously, but I did it on just one thing. So what I've learned is this. This is £1 billion game right here that I drop. Shout out Goldie. I will meet him, that is fact. This is some game I'm about to drop. Don't raise money for individual things. For example, if you want to buy a house and flip it, don't just raise money for that house to flip. No. Raise money to buy 5 houses. Raise just way more to buy 5. And now, let's say 2 fail. but free print. You can now offset the failures from the ones that printed. Fuck, this is... In fact, I can't take 100% credit from this idea because I have added a lot. I heard someone say something so subtle. He just basically said, and I'll tell you who said it because I'm not scared of shouting out my coaches. He basically said, do more because it gives you better chances. And that person is Alex Hormozy. Shout out Alex Hormozy. But it's very true what he said. But I added my own twist. Because I'm in the business of literally raising money. That's me. It's so true. So if you want to buy it, don't raise money to buy one house. That means your success or failure banks on this one house. Raise money to buy 5 houses. 5 houses. Raise money to buy 5 houses. Or even 6. So with this planning stuff, I'm going to raise a lot of money. It'll be in these videos. I'm going to still put in some of my own, but I'm going to raise millions. Wednesday, 5:40 a.m. I just got up. I've done some push-ups and star jumps. So I'm definitely awake. I'm about to do some affirmations, brush my teeth, go out and visualize and affirm out loud. And then we'll see what we got for the day. Wednesday, 6:13 a.m. About to go outside and visualize. Wednesday, 8:33. I've just changed the way I'm going to track my trades, which is very big because I've been tracking my trades in a certain way for a long time. I've been meticulous on all of my trades per trade, but I'm now adjusting to a more group tracking. I noticed that my system is asymmetric. My system is a lower win rate, but because our risk to reward is extremely high, we are profitable that way. So, but with that, obviously, it takes different types of psychology. My psychology is different to someone who's got a high win rate, but a lower risk to reward. When I say lower, I'm talking about 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4. My risk to reward is 1 to 6, 1 to 7, 1 to 5s, 1 to 8s, and it's just like that naturally, weekly. That's what my trades actually are. So I've adjusted. I've completely changed how I'm going to track trades. This new way is going to keep me more batch focused. So I'm going to be tracking them in groups of 7. Every 7 trades I will track, do a detailed track. I will add I'm going to add a tool to even automate it, but I'm going to do that once my MacBook has arrived. Once my MacBook has arrived, I will then set up a tool that can pretty much do it all for me. So regardless where I am, Bali, Singapore, Switzerland, Sweden, Italy, Romania, Japan, Russia, it's irrelevant. All things are going to be clicking. And I'm actually going to start... I've already learned so much about this thing for years, but I'm going to start getting into my new endeavor. You know, as you see on this channel, I am obviously knees deep in the financial markets. You can go straight back to my very first video. And in fact, even that video, this channel does not represent my entire journey. My entire journey started 5 years ago. In December, it will be 6 years ago. So this YouTube stuff is cool, it's good. There's still been big, grandiose, prodigious growth. But the real arc is off camera. Like I was saying, I'm knees deep in the charts. I'm pretty much knees deep into the local lead gen stuff. That's digital real estate, which is good. I'm gonna write some copy today. But there's a third thing, and I'm gonna start getting into it a bit more. Now, the way that third thing works, it works like this. It's a probabilistic endeavor. It's in the real world. I'm not going to talk about what that is right now, but let me say this. When I raised, I'm not talking past tense. When I raised for, let me say this. When I raised 3 million for this endeavor, when I raised 3 million, I pulled back out $3 million. So I turned 3 million into 6 million. I paid the investors back. And how much money did I have for myself? 2.4 million. But in fact, depending on how I structure it, I raised 3 million. I brought back 6 million. I walked out of the door just like the previous one I said. I walked out the door with 2.5 million. So with that, I need to just, learn a bit more. I want to start looking at certain things. Raising money is easy. You just need to have something to raise the money for. Like, it's easy to raise money. The question is, what are you going to do with it? That's what the challenge is, What are you going to do with the money once you've raised it? How are you going to, not guarantee, because it's not impossible, but how are you going to guarantee the money? They're the real questions. Wednesday is 16:32. Just reading a book, talking to my brother. I went out today. I'm finding myself doing less work because if I'm truly the man I want to be now, I wouldn't be grinding because I'm already rich. So why am I grinding for? It's already done. I placed a position whilst I was out. I don't know how that's doing. I did check and I was in profit, but I don't know how that's doing. I don't look. I'll check tomorrow dawning. And then, so I'm working with my new structure, my new dashboard, my adjustment that I made. I'm gonna make a coffee. I'm going to also put out some content for my Enfield site. I was meant to do this 2 days ago. I'm running quite late, but it's fine. Google's not going to penalize me, or there's no difference between 14 days and 17 days in Google. But I'm going to add some nice content for one of my Enfield sites. I'm not going to be checking my Google search impressions all the time, my console. I'm not going to be looking at my console all the time because, again, the version of me who's got 35 sites ranked, I own the software, I own the infrastructure, and it's all working on. My trading's profitable. Am I still looking at the Google search? No, because the sites are rented out. So if I just kind of operate on that frequency, you know, I'm gonna go make a coffee, then I'm gonna use my software to push content onto my Enfield site. I'm gonna refresh my Enfield site, then I'm gonna index them so Google can see them faster. Then I'm done for the day. Look at this workflow, man. This is what happens when you detach, when you're young and you learn. I learned this at 16. To detach your money. In fact, I learned this at 15. Just detaching your money from your time. Today, I have worked less than every one on this planet. Less than most of them. But the potential money I could have made is irrefutable. There's no correlation there. Like if you work a job, for example, and let's say you're getting paid £12-13 an hour, and you work, I don't know, 10 hours. That I don't even think you get. Anyway, you work 10 hours, you make 130, you pay taxes. Let's say you walk out the door with £120, but you've traded 10 of your hours. But in my situation, I've worked literally an hour today, maybe even less, but the amount I've made or could have made is just so much greater than their £130 because there's no correlation with my time and my money. They're completely separated. Oh my goodness. Right now I'm elated. I just spoke to one of my mentors on a Zoom. Wow, he told me, he gave me life advice. He said oh my goodness! Live reaction. He said and I know this guy's the real deal. Listen, one of my skills is reading people. He told me if I join his stuff, he will take me the rest of the way. Like, yes, I know obviously he makes money, but he's beyond that. His life doesn't change if I join his stuff. Like, he's already a millionaire. So it's not like he needs me. He's already got members in his stuff. He's been doing this 11 years. He drives the Lamborghini. Like, he doesn't give a shit about my little joining fee. Like, he's beyond that level. He said if I join his stuff, he will take me the rest of the way. I gotta do this. He gave me such a good deal, so cheap. What the I'm joining. I have to join this. Whew. Right, what's the time? Right now it's about 6 p.m. 18:18. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy with that. Cool, man. Big up Ippei. Oh shit. Shout out Ippei. I've forgotten how to say his name, man, but big him up. Thursday, 5:50 a.m. I'm about to get in a shower. Then I'm gonna go out and visualize. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I am the man. 6:21 a.m. Out the shower, ready, handsome, young, rich, financially and geographically free. I'm about to go and visualize. First, I'm going to read my affirmations, and then I'm going to hit the road. Hit the road. I'm going to hit the road after. Let's go. Thursday, 10:29 a.m. I'm going to work out. I'm running quite late. I wanted to be working out for 10. Made a coffee. Gonna do a good 45-minute workout. Got this coffee right here. Got my straw. Yeah. Putting some music on. Shout out one of my good friends. He told me about these speakers a few years ago and they're good. Let me show you them. And yeah. Let me just see what I showed you by accident. Oh, that's fine. Okay, so we're gonna work out 45-minute session. I'm gonna train abs. Yeah, 12:30 February. Currently just on the sofa. Gonna watch something. And yeah, man. I'm working the least I've ever worked. I'm putting in the least amount of work, but I'm getting so much done. Ooh, cold calls. That's what I need to. Oh, that's at 2. Cold calling at 2. I'm gonna watch some videos. Thursday, 2 o'clock. Now I'm doing some cold calls. I've got 6 people to call, 6 businesses. I'm gonna close a deal. I'm waiting for, what's it called? I'm calling them to close a deal. They need websites. Their sites are all weak. Let's go. I just cold called 10 businesses. The statistics I like to work on is every 10 you get 1. I'm calling these people and these people are too broke. I'm targeting broke people. I need to target rich people. I need to come out of the niche I'm doing. Not the niche, but the type of people I'm approaching. But I'm actually trying to add value. So I'm only calling people who I believe I can help them. And if they don't fit into that category, I'm not calling them because I must add value to them. So I'm not taking money from people if I'm not adding value to them. So I've called these 10 businesses. They all said no. So that's fine. That is a small sample size, but I'm going to pivot. I'm thinking of calling tattoo artists. 15, 20. I've just made a coffee. I'm about to put 2 hours into this tech work, or 1 hour, 30 minutes. In fact, 1 hour, 15 minutes. I'm going to put a timer. I'm working on site number 4. And yeah, the mentor I spoke to yesterday, he told me, when you can get to the stage where you can just put out 30 websites, you'll never have to work again. So I'm building this site. And yeah, 1 hour, 15 minutes and I'll be done with work. Working on this, I'll be done. Friday, 7:42 a.m. I've just been writing some copy for my Brentwood site. I'm proud of this. I know this is gonna rank 100%. My SEO skill is currently the best it's ever been. This is gonna rank for loft installation. Jobs are gonna be coming in 100%. Also with this, I'm thinking about, I'm gonna make it so I can duplicate this and really be deploying 10 websites in 2 weeks. 40 websites in 3 weeks. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a structure to allow that to be possible. Yeah, I'm gonna go on a walk. I'm not gonna be working all day today. I've really changed my workflow. This has been a great week and one I'm gonna watch back on. This is gonna be one of them ones I watch back on. This has been a great week. This was the 85th week in my life.